Hi everyone, I'm Michelle. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm so excited. I have these two adorable new heat-friendly synthetic styles by Jon Renau to show you. I'm wearing Hollie here in Venice Blonde, and this is Maeve, and she's in Malibu Blonde. So we'll be looking at both of these styles in my video, but I will start with Hollie and then we'll review Maeve second. So first, I wanted to thank Shirley's Wig Shop for sending me both of these styles so that I could review them for you. And to remind you that Shirley has a private Facebook group called Shirley's Wig Shop Hair's Looking at You Kid. It's a wonderful group. We just exchange ideas and information, show off our beautiful styles, and we invite you to join us there. Also, if you haven't done so already, please subscribe down below, like and comment, and we'll get started. So as you can see, Hollie here is just an adorable bob style, wavy bob style, really subtle waves though, really almost more like texture with bangs. So this is just a very flattering, very fun little bouncy style, not too long so it won't experience too much friction. And I do love this extremely loose wave pattern. I think that is just very natural looking and so pretty. So let's look at some of the details right out of the box. As I said, we have these bangs and the wig is positioned where it should be on me. You can see. And you can see that they leave these bangs a little bit long, and I believe they do that intentionally so that you can style these bangs however you want. You can either sweep them to the side, I've seen that done, or you can trim them to suit your exact measurements. So I love that. And even though I like a side swept look, I think for this I want to show you what it would look like with bangs. Let's look at her right now out of the box. All right, so we have an extended lace front, and it is an extremely long extended lace front. I think it comes almost all the way down to the end of the ear tab, not around the ear tab. So I would call it an extended lace front, not an ear to ear, but you can see a very long lace front. And what I love with this color is that we have the lighter fibers in the front so that if the wind blows, you know, and is exposing this hairline, you have this wonderful natural looking delicate hairline with the lighter fibers. And so we have a full mono top, and right now we still have that zigzag parting, and I will want to change that and create just a little bit of scalp appearance. Even though this style has bangs, I still like to have a little bit of scalp appearance peeking through there. I just think that adds to the realism. But right now, let's go ahead and we'll do a spin so that you can see this style from all sides right out of the box. Here she is from the right and the back and the left. Just an adorable little wavy style. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to create a shorts video showing how I trim these bangs, which I will also link in the description box in case you'd like to see exactly how I end up trimming the bangs on Hollie. So I will do that next, and then we will look at the cap construction for both styles. I'll take them outside so we can get a good look at these gorgeous colors in natural light, and then we'll go over final thoughts. So here we have the cap construction for Hollie. As you can see, I've placed a little bit of silicone scar tape on the underside of the cap here. I like to do that to help create scalp appearance, where otherwise my dark bio hair might show through this monofilament. I like to use the AWD Medical silicone scar sheets, and I purchased them on Amazon. So as you can see, this is what Jon Renau refers to as their 100% hand-tied cap. And we'll talk about that in just a minute. Let me go ahead and show you the full mono top. Beautiful. This allows you to part the style center, left or right, whichever you prefer. We have an extremely generous extended lace front. It comes almost all the way to the end of the ear tab here, as you can see, on both sides, and that allows you to style the wig away from the face and still have that appearance of hair growth all along that extended lace front. So I love that feature. Then we have soft ear tabs with metal stays. an extended nape for a bit of extra coverage, and Velcro style adjusters. Now I have these adjusters extended as much as they'll go on either side. You could, of course, also remove them, but this is where I've placed them, and now this cap fits very comfortably on my 22-inch head circumference. All my measurements will be listed in the description box down below in case you'd like to compare your measurements to mine. And as I mentioned, this is a fully hand-tied cap. That's how Jon Renau refers to it, and it really is almost entirely hand-tied. The only place where I found a few wefts are right here. So on the ear tabs and then extending into the cap a little bit on both sides, you have these few wefts in there. But other than that, hand-tied. And let's look at the stretch. So this portion here, so here's the top. I would say this portion is not stretchy. The center portion is nice and stretchy. And then this portion, again, not stretchy. So just so you know, that's the amount of stretch that you have. Of course, you have stretch in the circumference as well. I did search for permatease on this style, and I found really almost none to speak of. If there is any, there's a tiny bit at the nape. But other than that, I didn't find any, and that is common for, of course, for hand-tied caps. You're not going to have permatease. So really a beautiful cap construction for this little style. All right, so here we have Hollie with the bangs trimmed. And again, I will leave a link to my shorts video in the description box down below in case you'd like to watch how I did that. Also, I wanted to mention I used just a little bit of the Jon Renau Peace Out Fiber Contour Creme here on top just to give the bangs a little bit of direction. And I do want to caution that you use just a tiny bit of this product. A little bit goes a really long way. It does wash out very easily, so you do have that option if you over apply. But I think I like how this turned out. Keep in mind, I am not a hairstylist, just a wig wearer who enjoys trimming bangs occasionally on my wigs. So absolutely, if you want a completely professional look, I recommend that you take your wigs to a hairstylist and they can help you trim your styles to your liking. So let's get a good look at this color. This Venice Blonde is an absolutely stunning California blonde by Jon Renau, and I've never tried it before, so I'm excited to get a good look at it. And I want to go ahead and read you. I have two descriptions for this color. The first one is from Shirley's website, and there we have Venice Blonde described as light ash blonde and light natural blonde blend. So you have two shades of blonde blended together, shaded with medium brown. And so that rooting there is described as a medium brown. And then from the Jon Renau website, Venice Blonde is described as a shaded root of color 8. So now we know this rooting is an 8 with sandy blonde and beige blonde tones. So I absolutely agree. Those are the colors I see. I see sandy and beige blonde tones here. And this is a sample from the coloring, and you can see the two shades. They're different lengths here of blonde. And then that rooting here, and those are the colors that you have in the style. So absolutely gorgeous. To me, this color reads neutral, or maybe neutral leaning cool just a little bit. Definitely not warm. I am not seeing gold or red, but I think it's really flattering. I love the rooting, not at all too dark, not too long, just very natural. So beautiful. I absolutely do love this color. Let's go ahead and look at the details out here. So we have that extended lace front. And again, I want to remind you that in this color, on this style, we do have the lighter fibers at the lace front, which really create that soft hairline, delicate knotting. I think that looks quite natural. Now the lace front, being as long as it is, I did want to show you this, does end up sitting on top of my bio hair here a little bit towards the ears because of my head size. And again, I have a 22-inch head circumference. So for me, if I were to style this wig away from the face, I would want to trim this lace a little bit and so that it's not sitting on top of my bio hair. All right, and then we have the mono top, and you can see we created a nice little bit of scalp appearance there with some scar tape underneath. So I think that looks lovely. Let's go ahead and look at her from all sides. Here she is from the right and the back. and the left. So absolutely a gorgeous blonde shade, and I think it suits this little wavy style extremely well. Next, we'll go back inside and we'll look at Maeve. So Maeve here is just a stunning mid-length beach wavy style. These kinds of styles are so popular, and I think this wave pattern is just lovely, loose, and very flattering for a lot of people. The heat-friendly synthetic fibers feel wonderful. I do feel a little bit of silicone on these fibers, and that will wear off over time, or you can wash it out. I think they use that for shipping. It helps keep the curls fresh, and I myself like to use a little silicone spray to refresh my styles and keep the curls looking good, looking their best and manageable. I like to use the Simply Stylin' Pure Silicone Spray. This is what it looks like, and you can purchase this at Shirley's Wig Shop, and I'll leave a link in my description down below. So absolutely gorgeous beachy waves. Then you do have bangs on this style, and the bangs here, for me, they are kind of swept to the left. This is the section of short bangs. The rest of the bangs, or the fringe, is much longer here towards the edges. And you just have this one really kind of small section swept to the left. Now, I typically like to sweep my bangs to the right. So I'm not sure yet exactly how I want to style her. Maybe what we'll do is we'll change the part line first, and then I'll see if I want to trim some more bangs or style these somehow. Yeah, we will play with that, and we'll do that together. Let me go ahead and show you all the details. So we have an extended lace front on this style that runs from about here to here on me, which I love. I love extended lace fronts. Now on this color, Malibu Blonde, there are no lighter fibers added in the front like they did for the Venice Blonde, which we looked at before on Hollie. And you can see, you will see a little bit of knotting as a result. So that is all right for me for this style, since I do intend to wear her with the bangs, and so that front hairline will be covered up. Then you have a center mono part, and I will want to absolutely create some scalp appearance and change that part line. And then we'll see how we want to style her. I mean, it looks pretty cute just like that, actually. So we'll see. Let's go ahead and look at her from all sides right out of the box before I've done any styling. Here she is from the right, and the back, and the left. So just as pretty as can be, very flattering wave pattern. So I have my rat tail comb here. Let's go ahead and change this part. And I'm going to try to just run it down the center of that zigzag, because whenever you change a part line too much, that can affect the wave pattern, of course, if you're moving fibers around. So I want to try to keep it pretty much the way it is, because I think it's beautiful right now. But I do want to create a little bit of scalp appearance that adds to the realism for the style, in my opinion. So here we go. I see a little bit of scalp appearance. I'll add some silicone scar tape under there again to help with that. Let me just finger comb her a little bit. All right. I think that's pretty good, and I like how that turned out. I don't find that it affected the curl pattern too much. I think, looking at this more, I think I might actually just leave it this way. You know, many of you might prefer to have your bangs swept to the left, and it is just a little sort of a mini bang that you can, you know, tease towards the right a little if you want. And you certainly absolutely could trim more bangs here on the side, or you could always take it to a hairstylist and ask for them to trim the bangs for you. I suggest doing it when having them trim it when it's on your head. And also, of course, mentioning to them that these are heat-friendly synthetic fibers so that they're aware of what they're trimming. But I think I'll just leave it like this. This is actually very pretty like this. And so next, we'll go ahead and look at the cap construction. First, I'll remove the piece of silicone scar tape I have there. All right, now you can see what we have here is a center mono part, but this is an unusually wide part. So you do have some room to move your part line around within this area. And then we have an extended lace front again, really a generous amount of lace front. I'd say maybe 2/3 of the way down on the ear tabs on both sides. And again, I love that feature because you can style the fibers away from the face and have that appearance of hair growth all along that extended lace front. Then we have the soft ear tabs with metal stays, an extended nape for a bit of extra coverage, and Velcro style adjusters. Now on this cap, I left the adjusters where they were, and this fits my 22-inch circumference beautifully. Then we have open wefting on the sides and in the back, and that creates a nice and stretchy cap. So I think this cap construction will fit a variety of head sizes. I did check the style for permatease, and you do have permatease. I found some throughout the cap. I think it really helps maintain this beautiful, bouncy, wavy style, the shape, and also hides wefts, of course. But it's well done, not visible from the surface. So I think overall, a lovely cap construction for this beautiful style. So Malibu Blonde here is another gorgeous California blonde by Jon Renau. And again, I have a couple of descriptions. I'd like to read them both to you. And let's go ahead and start with the one from Shirley's website. There it's described as a light gold brown. So you definitely have some brunette in there. Light natural gold blonde. You can see the darker blonde shades. And pale natural gold blonde blend, and then shaded with light gold brown. So that gold brown is definitely in the rooting, and then I guess it extends into the style. And the two shades of blonde are blended beautifully. Again, not at all too stripy, just dimensional and really gorgeous. Let me read you the description from the Jon Renau website. They describe Malibu Blonde as softer shaded root color of 12, so that root color is a 12, follows through to the ends, giving a natural blonde highlighted look with golden blonde and platinum throughout. So absolutely, this color reads warm to me. It's a gorgeous, warm or neutral leaning warm. You have a lot of gold tones, and both the brunette and the blonde tones are very warm in this color. This is the sample from the coloring. Just to separate out those colors for you, you can see this. The shortest one is the brunette shade, and then you have the darker blonde and the lighter blonde here, and this is what you have throughout the style. So really a beautiful color and slightly more warm, certainly warmer than the Venice Blonde that we looked at earlier, and also the rooting on this is lighter than on the Venice Blonde. So lovely to have options. Let's look at the details out here. Again, as we said before, with this color, unlike with the Venice Blonde, we do not have lighter fibers at the front hairline, at least on this style. So that's the extended lace front again, and you can see the knotting if you look carefully there at the front hairline, although it's not too dense. Then we have that parting space, and I do have some silicone scar tape under there. I think that created a nice amount of scalp appearance there. Let's go ahead and get a quick look from all sides. Here she is from the right and the back and the left. So just absolutely stunning. I think this color is beautiful. I feel like a California beach girl, and the color in combination with these beachy waves is just perfection. So next we'll go inside and we'll go over final thoughts. Both Maeve here and Hollie are two beautiful new heat-friendly synthetic styles by Jon Renau with waves. You know, on Hollie you have a very subtle, very undone wave pattern, almost more just texture. And then on Maeve here, you have the beautiful beachy waves. So again, just to remind you, with Hollie here, we did trim these bangs. So you can either sweep the bangs to the side or you can trim them shorter, just whatever suits you. And again, this is just a beautiful style, almost entirely hand-tied, very luxurious. And I think both of these styles will be very popular. I do love this color, Venice Blonde, a very neutral blonde, as you can see, beige and sandy tones, just gorgeous. Then Maeve here again is just a lovely mid-length style. So you could also style this into a ponytail or an updo. You certainly have enough length for that. And the bangs, I actually ended up leaving them the way they were because I think this is a cute look. And again, you can sweep these bangs to the side the way I have done here, or you could trim them. You could add bangs to it, you know, and make more of a full bang look. So wonderful options. On this one, we have that center mono part and extended lace front. And in this color, we do have the darker fibers in the front, whereas with the Venice Blonde, you have blonde in the front. So I do love this Malibu blonde, and I think when you wear her with bangs, I think that doesn't bother me at all. I love this neutral leaning warm blonde. It's just gorgeous, and I think suits this beach wavy style so incredibly well. So love both styles, love both colors. I wanted to remind you that both Hollie and Maeve are available for purchase from Shirley's Wig Shop, and I will leave direct links to both of them in my description box down below. Also, I wanted to thank you for watching today, and I look forward to seeing you next time. Bye-bye.